Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. This one in particular is going to be on this stuff right here. It is everything I use to sharpen my chisels, planes, just whatever it may be. And I really want to talk about it because it's a very, very important part of the woodworker's inventory of tools. I'd put it at my #1 priority because you can get the most expensive tool out there, and if it's dull, it's deemed useless. But if you have a middle of the range tool that you can consistently keep sharp, then it's going to outperform any dull tool. You can go and get a chisel from Harbor Freight, and if it's sharp, it's going to cut better than a dull $100 chisel. It won't last very long, it won't stay sharp, but keeping your tools sharp is extremely important, not just for the reason of just good craftsmanship, but also for safety. You can control a sharp tool way better than you can a dull tool. More people get cut by a dull tool than a sharp tool because they're trying to force the blade into something rather than just being able to glide right through the wood like you should be. So I want to dive right in to all of this right here and just kind of show you what I have and why I picked it, because there's a whole lot of options out there. Some are cheap, some are expensive, some I don't think are worth the price, but others I think totally are. So let's just dive right into what I've got in front of me, and hopefully I can help you if you're trying to make the choice yourself. Alright, so here in front of me, you're probably wondering, what is this little thing? It is the Veritas Stone Pond, and you can get this from Lee Valley, and just kind of want to show you what it comes with. It's about $60 to $65. It comes with this lapping grit to flatten stones on a glass sheet right here. Nice little storage. You might see that it looks kind of rough. That's because they give you a phone screen protector plastic that goes over the top. And if you are interested in seeing an in-depth review about this, I'm just going to kind of give you the crash course on the Stone Pond. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll do a more in-depth review. So basically, the screen protector is just this real thick screen protector, that's the best way I can put it, that goes on to the glass and just helps protect it against the grit and abrasive. And then when it gets all scratched up, all you got to do is peel it off and you've got another clean slate. So this right here, the pond comes with 2 stone clamps, which in itself for me was the reason why I got it, just because it's an all-inclusive thing. It's more designed for tight spaces, but it allows you to house your stones in water. You can actually hold up to 4 because these can be flipped upside down. It leaves just a teeny tiny amount of space between the stone that is in the water and then the stone that's upside down in the clamp. So the way the clamp works is it's just a spring loaded thing right here. Puts a little bit of pressure and it doesn't go anywhere. There's 2 main little, I guess, notches that you can put this rod in. My stones are kind of the smaller ones, so it fits way better right here. There's actually a little rib here that the stone can rest on that is the same level as this little bar. So not only does it have support in the center, it also has it on this side, so it doesn't want to rock when you use it. And the stones do not come with it. That is my next thing to talk about, but it's just kind of convenient to have everything all in one little package. When you do that, the water just runs off, and that's that. So next I want to talk about the stones itself. I got in a pack basically the combination Norton Waterstone starter pack. And this is just one of the cases that it comes with. I keep them in the water, even though I know it says that you don't have to. They seem to work better as they soak. So that kit comes with one of these. And I will tell you that I don't know how many of these, the Norton ones, I've seen, and every single one of them is not flat. So that runs into problems when you're trying to flatten a Waterstone. The thing that they give you to flatten it isn't flat, so therefore it cannot do its job. So what I ended up having to do is find something with a higher grit and lap out my lapping plate. So this is flat now, along with the underside, so I can use it for just really grinding out the bottoms of chisels or whatever needs just real rough work done to get a chip out or something. So I guess some of the options or some of the alternatives is the lapping grit that I mentioned earlier. You put it on that glass plate and it will actually flatten your stones. So I want to talk about these just a little bit longer of where I got them. I ordered these off of eBay, and the set typically runs you $150, but I got it for $100. And you can find retailers there that will sell them because they are damaged. And so this one right here, I'll kind of show you, has a chip out of it right there. And that's it. Everything else is perfect. I think there's a small one right there. But other than that, that is the only thing wrong with this entire set. And so I got it for $100. And I will try to find the dealer and put the link in the description for that. And so, moving on, using these stones, I have this. So this is what I use. It is the Veritas MK2 Deluxe Hunting Guide set. You can get it separately, but I went ahead and got the 2 rollers with the self-centering vise. So just a quick walkthrough of this guy. There's 2 rollers. One has a slight radius to it. That's for your smoothers and things like that. For plain blades that you want to knock the corners off, makes it significantly easier. And then there is the just straight across roller. What makes this set super easy is that it's in the down position. So with this little nubbin pointing up, it is exactly what degree you set it at. But when you lock it down, it is 2 degrees more for, say, the micro bevel. So that just makes this foolproof. And no, this set is extremely expensive. So if you want to get all of this with the 2 rollers, the 2, I guess, chisel / plain blade holders, it comes out right now on Lee Valley's website to $127.50, which that's very expensive for not getting any stones or anything else with it. But it is basically the same price as the Lee Nelson Honing Guide, which is $125, but you don't have as many pieces. These are kind of all-inclusive self-centering things, whereas the Lee Nelson, if you want to use different chisels, different plane blades, you have to take apart the pieces. I'll just show you on my phone real quick. You have to remove those little plates, and those are a lot of pieces to keep up with, which is what deterred me from that set. So, just to kind of show you how this works, got my chisel that needs it here. This is 1.25 inch chisel. And all you got to do is lock it down, and it can accept that, as well as all the way down to an 1/8 inch chisel. And the way that it works is it is self-centering. That way there's no way that this can be twisted or anything like that. And so I will show you how to set the degrees on this guy. So here is the blade from the smoother, the last video I posted. And just to kind of show you how it works, it is a 2-inch blade. On it is a increment measuring system, 1 inch, 2 inch. So basically it's half of what it is, so you know what to center it. And it's got this little guy. Rides on a sliding dovetail, and it's got a marker on it. So you line that up. My blade is 2 inches. It goes. Then you have these numbers 1, 2, 3, which coordinate with this. So I want a 25-degree angle set on 2 yellow. And then I go to the yellow numbers, and there it is, 25 degrees. What that is a blade stop. So I take my blade and I slide it in very carefully because it's already sharp. And there's a little wall here that will keep it square. Then you go till you touch the stop. Tighten it down, loosen this, and that is going to be 25 degrees every single time. And if you're worried about the quality of like how precise it is, we have one of these at work, and I actually sharpened this at work and then came back because I have finer stones than they do there, and put it in my jig, and it lined up exactly. So that little sliding mechanism that stops it at 25 degrees is exactly how it should be for at least 2 of them across the board. And so when I get ready for the micro bevel, I go through all the stones, and then that will set my 2-degree bevel. And that's that. Okay, so now I want to kind of talk about like why I got this set. So if you read anybody talking about sharpening, it's typically, okay, I'm going to set aside a weekend to sharpen all of my tools. And I mean, that's what we were taught in school, and just so many blogs that you read is just, I hate sharpening, it takes forever, yada yada yada. Well, yes, this set, this jig is $125, but in the time it takes me to set it all up and do like sharpen a blade, and once it's sharp using this setup, I can always throw it back and I'm going to get the same results every time. So just rehoning that micro bevel can just literally take minutes, and so I can go through all of the tools that need sharpened in way less than a day, way less than half a day. And so yeah, you can get the guides for 20 bucks on Amazon, your standard little rollers, but you're not going to get consistent results. And I know people are going to say, well, why don't you do it by hand? A true woodworker can do it just by eyeballing it. Yeah, that may be true, but time is extremely valuable. And if you've ever done a woodworking project, you know whatever time you think it's going to take, you may as well double it. And I don't really want to just have to set aside time in the middle of a project to just kind of calm down, slowly just sharpen everything. And so with this takes the guesswork out of everything. Keeps everything square. So when I can knock my sharpening down from a weekend of misery to an hour or two of it's actually fun, I get to see results immediately. That's another thing that woodworkers don't typically get to see, because I mean, just one glue up, there's 8 hours that you have to wait on something. So my time, your time, everybody's time is a whole lot more valuable than just one initial purchase. So that's why I think the sharpening setup is something you cannot skimp on. This little tub, yes, I know you can get just a Rubbermaid tub to soak your stones in. And if you have a shop, that's what I would do. You can get better clamps. These aren't the best. It's, as you can see, very, very simple. But it honestly, for $60, I think it's $61 on their website right now, to get the glass plate, the lapping grit, both clamps in this little thing, it was worth it to me. Just because it's so small and compact. It stows away in my apartment very well. So that is just a quick look and crash course on what I have for sharpening and why I kind of picked what I have. People may think differently, and that's totally fine. This is all just my opinion. Let me know what your sharpening setups are. I'm very curious to hear what other people think, what other people use. But that is it for this video. Please let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm always looking to improve my channel in any way that I can. I know my autofocus has been kind of finicky lately. I think it's going out of my camera. So hopefully here pretty soon I will have a camera that is actually designed for videos, and I'm super excited about that. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you know whenever I get that. I'll do a little unboxing and just kind of tell you why I did what I did. But if you're new here, thanks for sticking around and watching. I really appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up and subscribe button. And as always, I look forward to reading y'all's comments. Until next time, see ya.